Have you ever wondered why, even with a healthy diet and daily walks, your muscles seem to shrink as you age? You're not alone. Millions of people over 50 notice their strength slipping, especially in their legs, back, and arms, even though they're doing everything right. The truth is, there's one hidden reason your muscle mass is declining, and it's not just about exercise or protein. That's collagen. Yes, that same collagen you hear about for skin and joints is absolutely essential for muscle strength, tone, and structure, especially after 50. And what most people don't realize is that collagen is the first type of protein your body stops producing in meaningful amounts as you age. That decline accelerates around age 45 to 50 and becomes more severe every decade after. Now here's the problem. Even if you're eating enough protein from eggs, meat, or even protein shakes, you're likely missing the specific amino acids your muscles, tendons, and connective tissues require for repair and regeneration. That's why you can be eating healthy and still losing muscle. It's not just about how much protein you eat, it's about what kind. What the research shows is that adding a small scoop of collagen peptides into your morning coffee can dramatically shift the equation in your favor. It gives your body the raw material it needs to rebuild what time and stress have worn down, and it does so without spiking insulin, without interfering with fasting, and without complex meal planning. So in this video, we're going to break down exactly why collagen matters, how it works inside your body, and why combining it with coffee in the morning gives you a simple, powerful strategy to rebuild muscle naturally, even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Here, Sipses, what we sell cover, why aging muscles break down, even with exercise, the real function of collagen in your muscle fibers and joints, how cortisol, insulin, and liver health all tie into muscle wasting, the exact type of collagen to use. Not all powders are equal, the best time to take it for maximum absorption and results, and simple tweaks to your morning coffee to supercharge results. This isn't just about looking toned, it's about restoring mobility, balance, metabolism, and confidence. The things you lose when muscle breaks down. So grab your coffee and let's dive deep into the science of collagen, aging, and how to reverse muscle loss with just one small change each morning. As we age, one of the most noticeable and frustrating changes is the slow decline in muscle strength. And it's not just about losing size or tone. It's about losing function. You may start noticing that standing from a chair takes more effort, stairs feel heavier, and your balance feels off. These aren't just signs of getting older, they're signs of sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. But here's what most people don't understand. Sarcopenia doesn't just happen because you stop exercising or eat less protein. It happens because your hormones shift. Your liver becomes sluggish, and your collagen production drops sharply after age 50. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Think of your muscles like a building. Protein is the brick, and collagen is the scaffolding, the support beams that hold it all together. Now imagine trying to rebuild a crumbling structure with bricks, but no support beams. You might keep piling on more bricks, protein, but the building keeps falling apart. Why? Because you're missing the infrastructure. That's what collagen provides. Now, here's what's really going on inside your body. Starting around age 45, your body's ability to produce type I and type 3 collagen begins to decline. These types are essential not only for skin and joints, but for the connective tissue that binds your muscles together. Without enough collagen, your muscle fibers lose their stability, elasticity, and strength. At the same time, cortisol, your body's stress hormone, starts to creep up. Chronically elevated cortisol breaks down muscle tissue, raises blood sugar, and worsens insulin resistance. This creates a vicious cycle. Your muscles break down faster, your metabolism slows, and fat starts accumulating, especially around the belly. And here's the kicker. The liver plays a central role in both collagen synthesis and detoxifying excess cortisol. If your liver is sluggish, which is incredibly common after 50 due to years of sugar, alcohol, or medications, your body simply can't keep up with the collagen demands of aging tissue. So what does this mean for you? It means that restoring muscle in your 50s, 60s, or 70s isn't just about lifting weights or eating more protein. It's about correcting the root causes, supporting your liver, lowering cortisol, replenishing collagen, and improving the quality of your protein intake. That's why one scoop of collagen in your morning coffee can be so effective. It targets the infrastructure of your muscles and feeds your body exactly what it needs to repair and regenerate. If this is helpful so far, consider subscribing. I post practical, science-backed content like this every day to help you reclaim your metabolic health naturally. Now let's take this a step further and explore what collagen actually does inside your muscles and why it's so critical for strength and repair. Let's take a closer look at what collagen is actually doing inside your muscles, because understanding this will completely shift the way you think about strength, mobility, and aging. Most people think of muscle as just bundles of protein fibers, and while that's true to an extent, what's often overlooked is what holds those fibers together. That structural framework, the matrix that keeps muscle strong, elastic, and resistant to injury, is made largely of collagen. Let me give you a simple visual. Imagine your muscles like a rope. The strands of the rope represent muscle fibers, but what binds those strands tightly and gives the rope its strength is the binding, the weave, that's collagen. Without enough collagen, the rope begins to fray. You lose tensile strength, you lose elasticity, and the muscle becomes more prone to microtears, inflammation, and atrophy. Here's SIPIS. What's SIPIS really going on biologically? Collagen is a protein composed mainly of glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, amino acids that are not found in high amounts in typical muscle meats like chicken or steak. Your body uses these specialized amino acids to build and repair fascia, the connective tissue that surrounds and supports muscles, tendons, and ligaments, critical for joint stability. Extracellular matrix, the scaffolding that keeps muscle cells organized and functional. Without enough of these building blocks, your muscles become like a house built on sand, weak, unstable, and constantly needing repair. Now here's the key. After about age 50, your natural collagen synthesis drops by 1.5% per year. And unlike other proteins, your body can't just substitute these amino acids from a regular diet. If you don't get them through collagen-rich sources like bone broth or hydrolyzed collagen peptides, you simply won't have enough material to rebuild what's breaking down. This is especially important if you're already experiencing muscle stiffness in the morning, weakness climbing stairs, slower recovery after activity, cracking or unstable joints. Those symptoms are red flags that your muscle support system is under stress, and collagen is often the missing link. Now here's SIPS, where it gets really interesting. When you combine collagen peptides with fasted coffee in the morning, you take advantage of your body's natural growth hormone window, a time when tissue repair and regeneration are heightened. That means your collagen doesn't just float around in your system. It gets directed into areas where you need it most, your muscles, joints, and connective tissue. Let's talk about why adding collagen to your coffee, specifically in the morning, is far more than a trendy wellness hack. It's actually a strategic metabolic timing tool that leverages your body's natural physiology to rebuild aging muscle, stabilize joints, and support fat loss. Here's SIPS of the key concept. In the early morning, especially if you haven't eaten yet, your body is in a fasted state. That means insulin is low, cortisol is naturally elevated, and growth hormone is active. This hormonal environment is like a green light for tissue repair and fat burning. Now, when you drink black coffee during this window, you enhance those effects even further. Coffee stimulates adrenaline and noradrenaline, two compounds that help release stored fat and increase alertness. But coffee alone won't rebuild muscle, and that's where collagen comes in. Think of it this way. Coffee is the ignition switch, but collagen is the building material. One wakes up your system, the other gives it what it needs to repair. When you add 1 scoop of hydrolyzed collagen peptides into your coffee, you create the perfect internal environment. Insulin stays low, so you start not turning off fat burning. Amino acids like glycine and proline flood your bloodstream, ready to support muscle matrix repair. The liver gets a gentle supply of nutrients to help detox cortisol and improve regeneration. And you stay in a semi-fasted, high repair mode that supports muscle without breaking your fast. Let me explain this with a whiteboard analogy. Imagine your body is a construction site. The morning is when the workers show up, ready to build. Coffee acts like the foreman. It gets the crew moving, energizes the site, but without bricks and wood, the collagen, there's nothing to build with. Add that scoop of collagen. Now you've got both the team and the materials. That's when restoration happens. Plus, collagen has another unique advantage. It doesn't spike insulin. That's crucial, especially for people over 50 who are dealing with insulin resistance, prediabetes, or weight gain around the middle. Many protein powders or shakes will kick you out of fat-burning mode. Collagen won't. You get the muscle repairing benefits without sabotaging your metabolism. Here's your simple protocol. Use 10-15 grams of hydrolyzed collagen peptides. Add it to your black coffee in the morning, ideally within an hour of waking. Do not add sugar or flavored creamers. These will spike insulin and shut down the fat-burning repair window. You can add a small amount of MCT oil or grass-fed butter if you're using a fasting mimicking approach for energy and brain function. That 1 scoop taken at the right time can support muscle restoration, reduce joint pain, and even improve skin elasticity, all while keeping your metabolism running clean. If this is making sense and giving you real, usable insight, hit that subscribe button. I'm here every day simplifying the science of fat loss, energy, and longevity naturally. Next, we'll look at a crucial distinction: why your regular protein, even if you're eating a clean diet, still might not be enough to reverse muscle loss. Here's 6. One of the most common misunderstandings I see with people trying to rebuild muscle after 50, they start eating clean. They're getting enough protein, eggs, chicken, even protein shakes, but their strength keeps declining. Muscles stay soft. Recovery is slow, and no matter how much protein they eat, they just don't feel stronger. Why is that? Because not all protein is created equal, especially when it comes to restoring aging tissue. Let me break this down with a simple analogy. Imagine your body is trying to repair an old, cracked wall. You have plenty of bricks, general protein, but what you're missing is cement, the binding material that holds everything together in your body. That cement is collagen. Without it, those muscle fibers, no matter how much you feed them, won't hold their structure. You'll keep layering on more bricks, but the wall remains unstable. Now here's SIPTs. What SIPT is really happening inside your body. Most of the protein in your diet, even from clean sources like eggs, fish, or lean meats, is rich in branched-chain amino acids like leucine, isoleucine, and valine. These are excellent for stimulating muscle growth in younger bodies with optimal hormone levels. But they don't provide the structural amino acids that aging tissues desperately need, namely glycine, proline, hydroxyproline, and arginine. These are the core building blocks of collagen and connective tissue. Without them, your tendons, fascia, and joint capsules become weaker, and your muscles lose the support they need to contract, move, and grow. Here, this what the research and real-world results show. Glycine helps regulate inflammation and supports growth hormone release, which declines with age. Proline and hydroxyproline are used almost exclusively in tendon and ligament repair, not muscle fibers directly, but the structures that hold your muscles in place. Arginine supports nitric oxide production, improving blood flow and nutrient delivery to tissues. When these specific amino acids are missing, your body simply can't repair the matrix holding muscle together, even if you're hitting your protein targets. That's it. Why many people over 50 who follow high-protein diets still experience muscle stiffness, frequent joint pain, sagging or soft muscles, poor recovery after exercise. They're getting the bricks, but missing the repair glue. Collagen fills that gap. Even just 10 grams daily of high-quality collagen peptides can dramatically shift this equation, not by replacing your regular protein, but by complementing it with the amino acids your body no longer produces efficiently. So instead of trying to eat more protein, the better approach is to eat the right kind. And collagen is the missing link. Most people never think about. Now let's get practical. You understand why collagen matters? You know why regular protein isn't set enough. But now comes the most important part. Are you actually using the right kind of collagen? Because here's the truth. Not all collagen powders are created equal. Some are effective, others are just expensive hype. Let's break it down. First, your body doesn't absorb whole collagen, it's too large. So the best type for muscle and connective tissue repair is hydrolyzed collagen peptides. These are pre-digested collagen molecules broken down into smaller chains of amino acids, which makes them highly absorbable. Look for the term hydrolyzed or collagen peptides on the label. That's non-negotiable. Next, let's talk types of collagen. There are over 20 in the body, but only a few matter for muscle support. Type I found in skin, tendons, and ligaments, the most abundant and important for structure. Type 3, found in muscles, arteries, and organs, supports elasticity and flexibility. Type 2, mainly found in cartilage, better for joint cushioning than muscle repair. For muscle restoration, you want a collagen powder that includes types I and 3. These are the types that support the fascia, tendon sheaths, and muscle fiber connections. If your collagen supplement focuses only on type 2, it might help your joints but won't do much for muscle strength or recovery. Now, another tip, avoid collagen blends with artificial sweeteners, added sugar, or synthetic flavors. These not only disrupt your metabolism, but can trigger insulin and defeat the purpose of taking collagen in a fasted state with coffee. Here's your quick checklist for choosing the best collagen. Hydrolyzed peptides for absorption. Types I and 3 for muscle and connective tissue. No sweeteners or fillers, ideally from grass-fed bovine, which mirrors human collagen. Comes from a trusted brand with third-party testing for purity. Optionally, some formulas add vitamin C, which helps your body convert collagen into usable tissue. That's helpful. But you can also get this by squeezing some lemon in your water or eating vitamin C-rich foods later in the day. Now, how much should you take? For most people, over 50, 10 to 15 grams per day is ideal. If you're recovering from muscle loss, joint issues, or you're physically active, you can increase that to 20 grams, split between morning and late afternoon. But remember, consistency matters more than quantity. Your tissues rebuild slowly over time. Think of it as watering a plant. 1 scoop a day over weeks and months is what nourishes the roots, not dumping a gallon all at once. So now that you know how to pick the right collagen and how much to take in the final core section, I'll show you how to build a simple, sustainable morning routine around this habit. Something you can implement starting tomorrow that fits effortlessly into your life. Absolutely. Here's section 8. A simple morning protocol that works, designed to be clear, practical, and deeply empowering for your audience. Let's bring it all together now, because the real power lies not just in knowing the science, but in building a simple routine that you can stick with every morning. What I'm about to share isn't complicated. In fact, the simpler you keep it, the better your results will be. This is the exact type of protocol I've seen help countless people over 50 restore muscle tone, reduce joint pain, and support a faster metabolism, all before breakfast. Here sits the foundation. Wake up and hydrate. First, before you go for the coffee, start with a full glass of water. This wakes up your liver, supports collagen metabolism, and helps flush out overnight toxins. Add a pinch of sea salt or a squeeze of lemon if you'd like, but don't skip this step. 2. Brew your black coffee, ideally organic and without sugar, milk, or flavored creamers. Remember, the goal is to stay in a fasted state. Keep insulin low and enhance fat burning while delivering nutrients for tissue repair. 3. Add 10-15 g of collagen peptides. Once your coffee has cooled slightly but is still hot, add your scoop of hydrolyzed collagen peptides. Stir until fully dissolved. This provides your body with glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, the building blocks for your muscle and connective tissue. 4. Optional enhancements. If needed, if you're using intermittent fasting, you can add a teaspoon of MCT oil or grass-fed butter to boost ketone production and mental clarity. But these are optional. Keep it clean and simple if you're focused purely on tissue repair. 5. Stay fasted for 60-90 minutes after. This is critical. Let your body use the collagen while insulin remains low. Avoid eating immediately after. This window is when your body is most efficient at using those amino acids for tissue regeneration, joint lubrication, and even skin support. 6. Eat a high-protein, low-inflammation breakfast later. When you do eat your first meal, make it count. Prioritize real foods, pasture-raised eggs, avocado, leafy greens, olive oil, or wild-caught fish. Avoid anything that spikes insulin, like fruit juices, toast, or cereals, especially first thing in the morning. Now, here sits what you will notice after just a few weeks of doing this consistently. You too feel stronger getting out of a chair or climbing stairs. Joint stiffness and soreness in the morning will start to ease. Your recovery from walking or workouts will improve. Your skin may even begin to tighten and glow, a bonus side effect of collagen. And perhaps most importantly, your energy will feel stable, grounded, and resilient. This isn't a quick fix, it's a restoration process. But that one scoop of collagen timed correctly and taken consistently can help reverse years of gradual breakdown in your tissues. And when paired with good sleep, clean eating, and mindful movement, it becomes a foundational part of your daily health stack. Let's quickly recap what we've covered, and more importantly, why this matters so much for your long-term health, strength, and vitality. You learned that muscle loss after 50 isn't just about aging, it's about missing ingredients. Hormonal shifts, chronic stress, declining liver function, and reduced collagen production all work together to accelerate muscle breakdown, joint stiffness, and metabolic slowdown. We broke down what collagen actually does, how it forms the infrastructure of your muscles, joints, ligaments, and connective tissue. Without it, no amount of clean eating or weight training can fully restore your strength. You now understand that regular protein isn't enough. Collagen supplies the specific amino acids your body no longer makes efficiently, like glycine and proline, which are critical to rebuilding the structural matrix of aging muscle tissue. And perhaps most importantly, you learned how a simple daily protocol, one scoop of collagen in black coffee taken first thing in the morning, can trigger your body's natural repair systems, keep insulin low, support liver function, and deliver targeted amino acids exactly when your body needs them most. This is how you work with your biology, not against it. Because here's this truth: muscle is more than strength. It's your metabolic engine. It protects your bones. It stabilizes your joints. It sharpens your mind. It even helps regulate blood sugar and inflammation. Preserving muscle after 50 is one of the most important things you can do to stay independent, energetic, and resilient as you age. And the best part? You don't need 15 different supplements. You don't need fancy gym equipment. You just need one small, consistent habit that fits into your morning routine. So here sits your challenge. Tomorrow morning, try this. Hydrate. Brew your coffee. Stir in 10-15 grams of quality collagen peptides. Delay breakfast by 60-90 minutes. And notice how your body feels over the next 7-10 days. Track your energy, your joints, your muscle tone. The results may start subtly, but over time, you'll feel the difference in your posture, your strength, your confidence. This is how you age powerfully. This is how you rebuild from the inside out. If this added value, like the video and subscribe to join thousands of others reclaiming their metabolic health naturally, without gimmicks, without guesswork, and without medication. You have the tools. Now it's time to take the first step.